And the second is Ibrahim Al-Azad, who is said to be the group master bomb maker. Brian Todd tells us who he is.
U.S. intelligence officials have said he could be the most dangerous terrorist America faces. Ibrahim al-Asiri, only 31 years old, master bomb maker for the group Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. He could be involved in the current threat stream. A U.S. intelligence official tells CNN al-Asiri is the, quote, golden goose of that Al-Qaeda affiliate. They're guarded about his communications, determined to protect him. CNN national security analyst Peter Bergen says that's for good reason.
The ability to smuggle a essentially undetectable bomb onto a plane or in some other location, I mean, that's golden for Al-Qaeda.
Western intelligence officials say al-Asiri's behind the foiled 2009 underwear bomb plot to bring down an airliner approaching Detroit on Christmas Day, and a 2010 plot to send bombs in printer cartridges in cargo planes bound for the U.S. Both plots were foiled at the last minute. In 2009, al-Asiri even planted a bomb on his own brother in his underwear or a body cavity. The brother got close to Saudi Arabia's counter-terror chief and set it off, killing himself, but not the Saudi minister.
What does it say that he does this with his own brother?
It says that he is absolutely ruthless. But not only is Ibrahim al-Asiri absolutely ruthless, he is, according to leading explosive experts in the West, really good at what he does. He's produced the most sophisticated devices ever seen from Al-Qaeda.
Last year, U.S. officials say al-Asiri was behind another foiled plot to send another bomb in the underwear of a terrorist on a commercial plane bound for the U.S. The head of the TSA called that a next-gen device.
It was a new type of explosive that we had never seen in either attempts in the U.S. or around the world by terrorists. So all of our explosive detection equipment, which screens over 1 million check bags every day just in the U.S., wasn't calibrated to detect that.
John Pistol said that device had what he called a double initiation system, 2 syringes of chemical detonators instead of 1. And he says al-Asiri encased that bomb in household caulk so the explosive vapors couldn't be detected by machines or dogs.
Has this young mastermind trained others?
I think the understanding is that he has instructed other people in his techniques. Now, he's obviously a pretty skilled bomb maker. You know, to what extent has he replicated himself? I don't think it's clear.
Could al-Asiri's newest bombs, the ones he's made since last year, evade detection by those TSA body scanners? That's not clear. The TSA would only tell us it has a multi-layered strategy to detect explosives, including what it calls the best imaging technology. Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.
India is debating an ambitious plan to fight hunger, and in a nation where an alarming number of children are malnourished, supporters say it is a ploy to buy votes at a price the country cannot afford. CNN's Malika Kapoor has the story.
Rajbhar lives in a traditional Indian extended family. At mealtime, 7 or 8 people eat together. The food goes fast. Rajbhar earned around $125 a month working as an electrician. He says his monthly food bill is double that figure. It's tough to feed the family, he says. I have to make compromises. Recognizing that millions go hungry every day and nearly half of its children under the age of 5 are malnourished, India passed a food security ordinance in July, one of the most ambitious food aid programs ever attempted. It guarantees very cheap food grains to almost 70% of India's 1.2 billion people. The food security bill has triggered a fierce debate in India. One side argues, morally, it's the right thing to do. Others say, economically speaking, India can't afford it. The government says food subsidies will cost around $25 billion annually, or around 0.8% of GDP. This economist says once you price in all the provisions of the bill, it will cost much more.
The cost could easily go up to another 0.5% of GDP. So you're looking at incremental cost of about 0.5%. The total cost would then be 1.5% of GDP, which is very large by any standard.
Particularly for an economy that slowed to a 10-year low, is fighting high inflation and has a massive fiscal deficit. The food will reach the poor via India's current public distribution system, notorious for leaks and corruption. That's another drain on the economy. Given the troubling economics, this columnist says the timing of the food bill is politically motivated. India holds its general elections next year.
The Congress government has realized that it needs something that would overwhelmingly tilt the rural votes in its favor. And there cannot be a more landmark scheme or legislation or ordinance, whatever you call it, than to provide cheap cereals at something like prices as petty as rupees 1, 2 and 3.
Rajbhar will be able to buy 1 kilogram of rice for less than a cent. At the moment, he pays 50 cents for it. It'll become so cheap, it will be really good for my family, he says. I really hope it happens. If it does happen, he tells us, the party that provides it will get his vote. Malika Kapoor, CNN, Mumbai.
The leader of Zetas drug cartel in Mexico may have been captured in July, but Miguel leaves behind a legacy of violence. 2 former assassins who worked for him told CNN how they got into the business of killing. We have details of that story in this report.
Eyes of Gabriel Cardona, and you see a baby-faced 26-year-old, then he blinks, and you see something else. Another set of sinister eyes staring back. These tattooed on his eyelids. These eyes are a window into the soul of a drug cartel assassin.
In all, how many people did you kill?
I have no idea.
No idea. You lost track?
I guess so. It's so out in the world, man. And when you're in Mexico...
I mean, could you guess? Are we talking like 10, 20, 30, 50?
Between 20 and 30.
Gabriel Cardona says he was 15 years old when the Zetas drug cartel recruited him to kill. He was part of a secret crew of hitmen made up of American teenagers living in Laredo, Texas, along with this man, Rosalio Reta. Cardona and Reta spoke with CNN from the Texas prisons where they're serving life sentences for murder. Both men say they worked for Miguel Ángel Trevino, the ruthless, violent leader of the Zetas drug cartel, who was recently arrested in Mexico.
I've known this man, and he's not going to tell you to do something that he won't do himself. And that's why a lot of people follow him.
How much control do you think he had of Nuevo Laredo and that whole area in northern Mexico?
Absolute control.
Reta says he was 13 years old when 2 friends brought him to the Mexican town of Nuevo Laredo, just across the border from Texas. He says his friends took him to a ranch on the outskirts of town, and he says that what he saw there changed his life forever. In an instant, he went from being a 13-year-old 6th grade student to a killer.
We pulled up and...
Well, time now to take another break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the weather report. Stay tuned in.
Standard Chartered Bank, here for customers.
Standard Chartered, here for good. Imagine yourself at Anfield. Unforgettable trip. The home of Liverpool FC. 3 days to watch a home game. 90 minutes of passion and adrenaline with your best friend, 2 friends, and cheer on the home team. You can now win this unforgettable prize just by making a deposit in your Standard Chartered account or selling your foreign exchange.
21 years in the waiting and Liverpool.
It's that easy. Plus, you could win other great prizes. Hundreds of other prizes. A signed Liverpool FC shirt. A signed football. And other instant gifts. The more you deposit or the more forex you sell, the more chances you get. It's good when your deposit of foreign exchange can take you to Anfield. Call 422-959 or visit standardchartered.com/GM.
Standard Chartered Bank, here for customers.
Standard Chartered, here for good.
But at this football club, you have to be winners. This season, the spirit has been epitomised. The captain and the manager have proudly led the Anfield Heroes to the brink of a 5th.
And time now to join the Central Forecast Office for a look at the weather report. Stay tuned.
The source assures us of a continuous flow And from there, everything follows. And for those of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its